Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back for some more high-tier French. Sort of tanks and sort of air defense with a tracked vehicle. At any rate, as you may have guessed from the title, this is going to focus mostly on my AMX 30 DCA. This is a battle from the 24th of February 2018. And like an idiot, I was still watching Bo's stream in the background while listening to Bo's stream in the background while playing War Thunder, because apparently one good battle while I have other audio going in the background wasn't enough to make me pause the stream or mute it so I could keep playing, because I figured, meh, I'm just grinding tonight. I'm not going to have any good battles. I'm just grinding modifications. Nothing good is going to happen. You'd think I would know better that, like, the time when I'm not planning on recording is the time that the best things are going to happen, so naturally. Anyway, the team all waited here at the A point, which was quite nice. I was quite pleased. And it ended up being a really good thing that they waited at the A point, and I was able to get 300 spawn points, because this wouldn't have turned out to be much of a video otherwise, as you'll see here in just a minute. So everybody's driving and steering and driving and steering and driving and steering, and instead of just driving forward, constantly slowing everybody down, I take a hit in the engine, which isn't even the engine, it was like a fuel tank or a radiator or something that started my Cerbasi on fire, and my Cerbasi on the 24th of February did not have any FPE yet, so it exploded. But like I said, thankfully the team had waited at the A point, and I was able to get a capture and 300 more spawn points, or this wouldn't have ever been a video at all. So, I was thankfully able to come back in the AMX 30 DCA, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll just wait here for a minute, and, well, nah, I'll just come in, whatever. There's been enough enemies destroyed that there'll probably be airplanes up soon, and we have enough friendly tanks in the middle of the map that I probably won't have to fight against enemy tanks. I should be able to have some cover and stay just behind the front line of our tanks and provide anti-air. Should work. So that's what I'm thinking. I asked the team to call out enemy air if they see it, just so that I notice, because I do have to watch where I'm driving, and potentially also watch out for enemy tanks to come through, so it's not 100% eyes on the sky, although if anybody calls out an aircraft, you better believe I'll be looking for it. And almost immediately, somebody calls out enemy air, which was fine. So I am now watching up at the skies. I don't see anybody just yet, but I am eyes up, alert for aircraft, and ready to shoot. And there we go. P-47 coming in really low, which is why I didn't see him. He gets some bombs off. Unfortunately, he takes out an AMX-13 SS-11, but, I mean, I wasn't going to see him coming around those buildings anyway. I know roughly where he is, and there he is coming back. I get some shots off at him off into the distance, and perhaps to our equal surprise, I actually hit him and killed him. So there's one score for the AMX 30 DCA. And wouldn't you know it, there's more enemy air coming in. They'll call it out in a second. I'm going to pull around here and park behind these buildings where I've got a little bit of cover and can mostly defend our guys from anti-air while staying hidden from enemy tanks, at least for the moment. Porsche, this is the battle that you were in that we were talking about. When you see this, eventually, someday. There's a P-47M that just took out our DO-335B. There's some bombs being dropped, and there's our friend. He turns away when he sees the AAA. I get a pretty good track on him, take off his right wing, and there's 2 scores for the AMX 30 DCA. Now, in a second here, I actually paused the battle. Well, I didn't pause the battle. I tabbed out to mute Bo's stream because I realized this is probably going to turn into a decent battle, or at least one I'm going to want to keep. So in a second, it'll go to the replay file that I used for the audio, and you'll see that for just a moment while I tabbed out right about here and just muted the audio to Bo's stream and then tabbed back in and picked up the game again. So there you go. So, back to the battle. As you can see, I didn't really miss anything. There's an enemy aircraft overhead. It's a 190A8 premium US airplane. I did not get the good tracking I wanted on him, and then ended up hitting the building, so moved up to where I could keep a better eye on the sky and get better aim at enemy air. And shot some risky shots up there towards a little close to some teammates. But then moved up into the B point to help hold and defend it, and be ready to hopefully rearm some ammo if the situation became necessary. Our TU-2 is getting chased by the aforementioned 190A8. Shot just a bit below him as he kept climbing up over my rounds, and then was able to get a good enough track in front of him, and score number 3 for the AMX-30 DCA. That's 3 air down. But I'm not done yet. Took a little bit of damage from a bomb strike there, but didn't seem to be anything besides just a gun sight for the commander or the gunner. I'm actually not sure which side the commander is and which side the gunner is. Doesn't really matter, honestly. I mean, it matters if you shoot to take one of them out, but for this battle, it doesn't matter. Circled around just to verify there were no enemies there. Came back in, parked back at the B point to continue defending it. Little ground sweep here. No enemy aircraft at the moment that I'm aware of. This thing does not like to turn if you are sitting still. You've got to drive forward and then turn, and even then it's sluggish. I see a 410 go by, just making sure he's not being tracked. Somebody gets knocked out right next to me here, or else my friend gets set on fire, not knocked out. Check back across the river, nothing doing. Things are quiet, a little too quiet. And we look up at the sky, and there's an enemy plane going after our ME-410. Trying to fire some chasing away shots on him. Don't quite get him there. And now, as you'll notice on the bottom, I've got 36 rounds left. So just bear that number in mind. 36 rounds of ammo, 18 rounds per gun, with a rapid-fire AAA. And here comes our friend in the P-51, diving back down. Gotta wait till the time is right. And he starts maneuvering, of course. But I got him! 4 enemy aircraft down. Score 4 for the AMX-30 DCA with my first magazine of 600 rounds. And then we wait forever for the ammo swap out. I took a little screen cap there to drop in my Discord because I had been getting a couple kills, 1 to 2 kills per battle with this thing against enemy air. But I hadn't even had 3 yet, and then I had 4 here, so was worth a screenshot for a little AMX-30 DCA progress. Just about reloaded, and you'll notice that the getting new ammo to replace the ammo I've fired off and then reloaded doesn't happen. You can sit there forever, but it never ever actually reloads, so I don't know. There's a T-34 across the river, an M19 comes driving up, I knock him out for finally the ace kill with the AMX-30 DCA. 4 planes and 1 enemy SPAA. Poor open top thing. Now, I know that there is some kind of a heavy across the river. I couldn't tell exactly what it was, except when I hit him, I marked him, and he was a heavy. So I know it's American. I could tell it's either a T-34 or a T-29. I don't exactly see him coming up here, so I'm going to try to drive around and prevent him from coming up across the bridge, and he still saw me. So now I know it's a T-34 because of the death cam. So our friend in the Quellian starts lighting the guy up, trying to knock out his gun barrel. And I come back in my purely, completely 100% stock AD4 with just 12 HVARs and default ammo. So Keep your fingers crossed. Here's hoping we can actually do something with 12 HVARs against an American heavy tank. I mean, if I can get the opportunity to dive straight down at him and fire the HVARs into the top of his engine deck, sure, it's gonna work. But anyway, ace battle in the AMX 30 DCA, that's not something to sneeze at. You can knock down 4 enemy aircraft, that's not a bad battle in pretty much any anti-aircraft vehicle. There's our friend now. He's in sight. We try to mark him, and then we spam off the old HVARs, and perhaps shockingly, the old HVARs did nothing. So I'm looping back around. I don't quite see our boy in the T-34 here to get a second run-in on him because he had backed behind a building and hid, which is totally fine. I mean, he was all alone across the river getting shot at by lots of people. I don't blame him for backing behind a building and hiding. I just didn't see him. And as I roll back in to make another attack run on him, the tickets run out, and we win. And basically, that's that. So, fired off the rockets at our Object 120, and, well, that was that. So originally I was just going to keep this battle as a bonus footage for a French first 10, but I thought, yeah, what the heck, I'll just show you guys the whole thing, why not? So hence the no screen caps at the end. So 2 battles where I had a stream playing in the background and didn't take any of the screen caps, although I did get this so you could see the 5 kills with the DCA 30, but didn't get the rest of the screen caps. You can see that I did make pretty decent progress on the FPE, though. So that was good. And that will pretty much do it for today. I didn't get the awards or the battle log, just checked out what I got for progress on a couple of the vehicles, and that was it. So that'll do for today. Thank you all for stopping by and checking this one out. I promise I won't listen to streams or anything in the background anymore, just to be sure. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.